Yeah. There you go, Mom. Oh, Martha clones.
You go, my darling.
Dad!
Don't listen to her. You go with the doctor. That's my girl.
Sontaran, Sontaran, Sontaran.
Oh man, this is war!
How does it feel, boy?
Magnificent.
Is he gonna get saved by the end of the episode? Perhaps, like I said.
Never given you a key.
Oh,
Keep that. Go on, that's yours. Quite a big moment, really.
I'm just gonna say.
Maybe we get sentimental after the world's finished choking to death.
Good idea.
Look at that
Where are you going?
perspective.
Stop a war!
Oh, love that shot. Don't get jumped. Don't get jumped. Okay, good. Whoa. Think she's aboard the ship. Yep. Oh, look at this interior. I'm loving the color.
The spoils of war.
Oh,
In the air. That's all
he knows. Transported.
Teleport exchange.
Look at his glorious hair.
What?
I was just wondering if you found your family and Tom.
No, what for?
The gas. Tell them to stay inside.
Of course I will.
I think he could tell.
Yeah, but what about Donna?
You're not authorized to speak on behalf of the Earth.
I've got that authority. I earned that a long time ago.
Ooh.
The Sontaran command ship under jurisdiction 2 of the intergalactic rules of engagement.
Ooh.
This is the Doctor.
Oh, Rose. Whoa.
I'm here! Can you hear me?
Doctor,
She's trying to get through there.
breathing your last.
But no.
50,000 years of bloodshed. And for what?
For victory.
An honor.
Sontaran.
Sontara. Sontara.
Give me a break.
I like it.
We are the first Sontarans in history to capture a TARDIS.
Ah.
Go, that's noble.
As they say in Latin, Donna nobis pacem.
That's me.
Cease transmission.
Doctor, what number are you on? You want me
I can't get that image of Rose, that quick flash of Rose.
From the war room.
Stay where you are.
Whoa.
What do you think you're doing?
Luke, put that down.
I did this for you. Don't you see? We spent all our lives excluded.
The clever ones, huh?
And they've laughed at us and pulled us down, those ordinary people out there, those cattle.
Yeah, I talked to this in the last
It's our
discussion.
chance to leave them behind.
Feeling like an outsider, right?
Stay where you are.
Don't, Luke.
Stay where you are, I said.
Don't do it.
Stay where you are. Stay where you are. That's an order.
Okay. He's not that far gone.
You're just sick.
Oh. I do have some pity for him, though. To be honest,
Guess that just proves it.
I just bit my tongue.
I'm clever than you.
Look at that set. I would love to go on that set. I mean, it's...
You alright? Donna, where are you, sweetheart?
Is that her?
Please don't. I'm sorry. I wish you were
Yeah,
here.
she cares for her. Of course. As a mum.
That doesn't help. Donna, where are you?
In space.
It's sort of hard to see.
Yeah.
It's the scale of it, Donna. I mean, how can one man stop all that?
Trust me. He can do it.
Yeah, well, if he doesn't, do tell him.
I will. Just as soon as I see him.
Missiles wouldn't even dent that ship, so why are the Sontarans so keen to stop you?
Any ideas?
He knows. He knows.
should I know?
Jeez, quite the army there. A lot of extras in costume. Ross! Come on, Ross. Don't die now.
Tell the doctor it's that Cordeline signal.
He's the only one who can stop them.
No! No! Ross! I liked him.
He wasn't Greyhound 40, his name was Ross.
Hmm.
Now listen to me.
And get them out of there!
Reporting for duty, sir.
Oh, he just killed him.
It's too easy.
Didn't have the imagination to believe.
A pity. We've lost our target practice.
What do you mean?
No, no, no,
On
no.
arrival on board this ship, your students would have been shot down. Perhaps they were more clever than you thought.
Yeah, he's been manipulated.
And it's not Atmos system, that's tautology, it's just Atmos.
Execute
No!
him!
Okay, good. I believe in him.
A coward!
A redemption arc. You've got that genius intellect. Put it to use. To good use. Come on, get up. Ooh, great shot. Love that shot. Those are the hammers he uses on the control panel. Blah.
Back of the neck.
Latest firing stock. What do you think, Doctor? Are you my man?
I was just gonna say.
Bullets with a rad steel coating. No
I was just gonna make that joke. That was the first thing I thought of the moment he put that on.
The honor of battle. The glory.
This guy loves it, doesn't he? Oh, Martha Cones is staring him down. Yeah.
Oh, Mark.
I think he knew this whole time, didn't he?
Still alive.
You will face me, sir.
Whoa.
There's so much that you want to do. And I will. Never do tomorrow what you can do today, my mum says. Because you never know how long you've got.
I like that.
All that life.
Oh, that theme. I have goosebumps right now. All that life. Murray Gold.
Now!
Ha!
I'm on, get off me!
It wasn't my fault.
Relax.
If I see one more gun...
He hates those things. Come on. Get it together, man.
You know that coat sort of works. Feel like a kid in my dad's place. Oh, well, if you're calling him dad, you're definitely getting over him.
We will breed across the surface of the earth for the glory of Sontaran.
Let's do it, boys. What? Oh, I thought they were gonna do this shit. Sontaran. Whoa, poison sky. That is something, isn't it?
He's a genius.
Just brilliant.
Now we're in trouble.
Luke, do something clever with it.
Yeah.
You're going to ignite them.
But he has to be on board?
You'll kill yourself.
I've got to give them a choice.
Wow. How about that? Luke?
Shoot me, I'm still gonna press this. You'll die, Stahl.
Knowing that you died
Firing in 15.
for the glory of Sontaran.
Sontaran. I do love that. Yes! Luke! I knew it! Redemption arc.
What are you doing?
Something clever, okay.
7, 6,
No!
5, 4, 3,
Sontaran, ha!
1.
That was a hero moment, isn't it? Sontaran. Ah, man.
And you go with him. That wonderful doctor. You go and see the stars.
I mean, she's seen quite a bit already.
And then bring a bit of them back for your old Gramps.
I adore this man. Such a great character.
You going to come with us? We're not exactly short of space. Oh, I have missed all this, but you know. I'm good here. Besides, someone needs me. Never mind the universe, I've got a great big world of my own now.
Whoa.
What? Doctor, don't you dare! Control!
Oh, oh. doing that thing again?
You take me home right now!
Oh, come on. Right then, I've got to say that was quite enjoyable. Quite entertaining. I enjoyed that episode quite a bit, as you've seen. I felt that this episode, this part, it was far better than episode 1. Part 1 of this two-parter. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. That was really entertaining, for sure. I enjoyed this new alien species this showed off in this new two-parter. And in that sense, I think, the Sontaran, they're probably one of the better or one of the best alien life forms they've shown in this series so far, or in the show so far. In my opinion, at least. I really like them. And in extension to that, going a bit more specific, General Stahl, I believe he's one of the best, or it's one of the best alien figures or characters of the show so far, since I've started the show. And again, a lot of that has to be credited to the actor portraying this General Stahl. I really liked it quite a bit, that portrayal of it, and just that character in general. Of course, I got a cliffhanger ending, and this one really had me craving the next episode. You saw my reaction at the end there. I was really, that's a cliffhanger, all right. But yeah, it's clear something's going on here. You see the doctor's hand. So yeah, something is affecting the hand or making it react in that manner in that container. They brought attention to it at least twice in that final scene. It's a great final scene. Like I said, it's a great cliffhanger. And in that sense, it also confirms that I am getting another Martha story. So 3 episodes in a row she's going to show up. Also, in my opinion, I think maybe in the second episode they didn't quite use Martha as much as I would have liked, mainly because they ended up going towards a clone story, right? Or Martha ended up being a clone, so she was kind of not really being Martha in this episode for the most part. For the majority of the episode, she wasn't really Martha. She was portraying a clone, a really robotic personality. So I am happy that I do get yet another episode that has Martha, and this time, she can actually be Martha. And I love that it's like a Doctor plus 2 companions episode, and it's really exciting and nice, because the dynamic that Donna and Martha have is really nice. It's really endearing, and I love how they've kind of accepted each other, or embraced each other. Great little dynamic, so it'll be good to see them get another outing together. And Donna continues to be fantastic, and of course, her grandpa, that relationship is already one of the best relationships of the show since I've started the show. I just love it. I just really love the connection they have and the dynamic they have, and how much her grandpa really looks out for her and implores her and pushes her towards these grand things, and he's not trying to hold her back at all, unlike her mom. But of course, moms have a different type of connection to their children. Even if it's just one trip or just one time, I really hope he gets to step on the TARDIS, right, and gets to experience it alongside Donna, perhaps. That would be lovely. Surely there's going to be a moment that allows the Doctor to bring the grandpa on as well at some point, even for a short trip, perhaps. It doesn't even have to be a full episode or anything. Just I hope he gets to step on the TARDIS and kind of gets to explore the stars. They've established him as this dreamer, right? Looking to the stars, looking beyond, and he's so happy for his granddaughter, and he implores her, he pushes her towards the great unknown, with this brilliant man, the Doctor. So I hope I can see him kind of experience that as well. And speaking of dynamics, how about Donna and the Doctor, right? I love how she smacked him at the end there. Almost like, don't you go dine on me again, don't you do that again to me. I just love the relationship they have. It's so unique and it's so different than the 2 past companions and the Doctor, right? It really is so nice to see this type of companion, and that she brings something so unique to it. So yeah, I mean, it's clear at this point how much I love this Doctor companion duo, right? You have to love Martha's reaction at the end there. She, you could tell she's had enough of it. Like, she's had her fill of it. She enjoyed her time in the TARDIS and, with the Doctor, but, that chapter's closed. And, just the notion of being trapped in the TARDIS and being taken once again, yeah, you see her reaction. She was quite panicked about it. She's like, demanding of the Doctor to, bring her back, drop her off at home. And I feel like even Donna can get quite a bit out of Martha's experiences, right? And learn from her experiences and see that, clearly she had a grand time. She loved her time on the TARDIS and on the travels with the Doctor. But of course, there's a moment to step off, right? There's a natural moment to part. And how about Luke's big moment, big heroic moment at the end? So, it was bittersweet. I really feel like it was bittersweet because, of course, he came around, he did get his redemption arc or his redemption moment, and it felt like it is going to go into that direction. And I was hoping for that. But it was still bittersweet because in my mind I had a different trajectory in terms of his redemption arc, right? But yeah, it was certainly a hero moment. Certainly a hero moment. I mean, in that sense, it's one of the best, final lines of dialogue before, the big heroic moment, before a sacrifice moment, right? Sontar, ha! I mean, he got the last laugh. He certainly got the last laugh. After being manipulated and being, embarrassed by them, he finally gets one over them, right? He gets the ultimate last laugh, essentially, right? So he gets a hero moment, he gets a redemption moment. But, it was a bittersweet moment because I felt pity for him, that character, even in episode 1, part 1, yes, he was obnoxious and he could be annoying, but I felt like I saw the reasoning for that. The reason he was so obnoxious and unfriendly, right? Again, they explored that in this episode as well, that, he does feel alienated and doesn't feel challenged, feels isolated from society, right? He feels like they look down on him or people like him. And you see that frustration come out in that scene earlier as he's trying to talk to these handpicked students, right? And he's trying to tell them, no, you don't understand. I'm doing this for you, right? They don't understand us. The people out there, the cattle, they don't understand us. They shun us because they cannot understand us. They cannot be like us or be on our level, right? So you feel the frustration as it's slowly slipping from him, right? And a bit of a scary moment as he pulls out a gun and starts pointing that around. So I felt pity for him. I really did. But of course, the students, they don't care about his grand plans or anything. It's probably sounding so outlandish to them. They just care about their families because, yeah, it's almost like it is an apocalyptic situation out there, right? So they don't care about his grand plans. His plan essentially requires them to just forget about their families and lives on Earth, right? And move on to a new planet, a new beginning, right? But also in that sense, I felt like they kind of wrote that moment into a corner, right? That it was set up for him to have this grand moment, this heroic moment, sacrifice moment. Because, the Doctor, he decides that he has to give them a choice. The Sontaran, he does have to give them a choice. But, it's interesting because, if you go back to the Christmas invasion, he was all about no second chances, right? He'll give you one option. He'll give you one chance. And if you don't take that option or you don't take that chance. But, in this situation, he gave, General Stahl like 4 or 5, chances, right? He kept saying it. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it. So I felt that maybe that was a bit out of character for him to, give them so many chances. You see General Stahl, he's kind of, he's rock solid in his stance. He's ready to die. He's ready for all of them to die as long as the Doctor dies as well, right? He's not scared. But you see the Doctor giving him chance after chance. I'll do it. I'll do it. So that's why I kind of feel like they kind of wrote that situation in a corner and it kind of needed that sacrifice from Luke. Of course, there's other great Doctor and Donna moments. One of them being, the key to the TARDIS. You see the Doctor kind of almost I mean, he did forget. He kind of just disconnects from, the chaotic nature of the situation they're in to present Donna with the key to the TARDIS. Of course, a massive moment, a big moment in the Doctor-companion relationship or dynamic, for the companion to get the key. The Doctor himself said as much, right? He understands, or he wants to establish that this is a big moment, But you notice that Donna kind of reels him back in and, gives some perspective on the situation and establishes that perhaps, they can hold off on, the sentiments of the milestones of a companion getting the key to the TARDIS, right? The milestones of a Doctor-companion relationship. So I thought that was a great little moment. Like I keep saying, she's actually so good for the Doctor. She is the perfect companion for the Doctor at this moment in time, and you can see it in every single episode. I'm just loving it. I'm really enjoying this duo so much. And then, of course, speaking of companions, Martha, right? I love, Martha's theme by Murray Gold is just phenomenal, isn't it? I legitimately had goosebumps. I had chills in that one moment, in that one scene as Martha is kind of, having this moment with her own clone. And of course, that incredible theme kicks in. Oh, beautiful, just beautiful, right? Murray Gold. I mean, I'm beating a dead horse. I keep saying it, but Murray Gold's music is incredible. It's so crucial to the show. And speaking of companions, let's speak of a third companion. So, bit of a rare moment, I mean, for me at least, since I've started the show. This episode actually had all three companions present in the episode. Even though Rose made a really quick appearance, she was in the episode essentially, right? So it was really cool to see that all three companions are present at the same time or in some form, right? So cool moment. But yeah, speaking of Rose and, themes, specific to certain companions. So of course, this episode I get a quick flash of Rose. It's kind of unmissable, even though it's a quick flash. It's presented in a manner and it's long enough that you simply have to notice that. So yeah, once again, it looks like she's trying to reach through to the Doctor, right? Getting contact. And that was a feeling I was getting in episode 1, that maybe she's around, trying to get in contact with the Doctor, right? But clearly something big, something large is at play here. It's not as simple as just Rose trying to get back in touch, right? She looked distressed in that quick glimpse. She looked like she really wanted to get his attention, get in contact. Now, this is, a bit of a reoccurring theme in 5 episodes' time, right? Episode 1, she legitimately just showed up, right? That was the big bombshell moment, big shocker, right? She turns around and it's Rose. And, I spoke of themes specific to companions, that theme. It's played twice now, of course, in that scene as Rose turns around and kind of teleports and, disappears in episode 1. It was the same theme from the series 2 finale, right? And then once again in Planet of the Ood, as Ood Sigma said, "Oh, I think your song must end as well, or it must end soon." The same theme kind of kicks in, right? So a lot of hints and a lot of callbacks being sprinkled in there. Then, of course, in episode 2, the fires of Pompeii, that was probably one of the most significant in terms of dropping these hints and clues and setting up moments down the line, perhaps. The man, he said she is returning. So my first inclination or my first thought was that he is speaking of Rose. So a lot of hints, right? And once again, Rose made an appearance in this episode. So yeah, it's clearly building towards something massive, right? Like a potential endgame type thing going on here for perhaps Tennant's Doctor. One of the puzzling things about the Sontarans in the unit HQ, right? Just running riot and taking on all the unit soldiers. They're all about the glory of battle, right? The honor of battle. Yet, they kind of jammed their guns, didn't they? So it wasn't really how they like to function. It was kind of like you're saying one thing, but your army is down here kind of, taking shortcuts and kind of handicapping these soldiers. So it's not really a battle. It's not really a one-on-one glorious battle. That one higher ranking Sontaran is like boasting about how easy this is. Yet, you know, it's easy because they've jammed their guns. So, you know, it's conflicting, you know, thoughts here. On one end, they're really proud and all about the honor of battle, yet, you know, they are using these tactics that are not quite honorable, aren't they? Are they? So, you know, I thought that was an interesting thing about that engagement, right? And, you know, speaking of the unit members, I really did like Ross. He was a great second tier character or side character, right? He was really likable, and I think that was by design, because, you know, other than that, there's a lot of red shirts, a lot of unit, you know, soldiers dying left, right, and center. And of course, you know, even the two original ones that are under the influence or under control from episode 1 ended up dying. But, you know, giving us a connection to someone like Ross, or, you know, I can only speak for myself, I really did like him. It establishes connection, or, you know, establishes some stakes that, oh, look, someone you care for ended up dying, right? So in that sense, I thought it was a great choice to have a unit soldier that is likable, or the audience has some sort of attachment to. Yeah, I was quite sad to see him die. And you see that even the doctor is quite upset in that moment, isn't he? As Ross isn't replying back anymore on the radio. And you get that doctor moment. You know, it happens every now and then, but you don't want to get on that side of the doctor, you know, the ruthless, the angry side. And, you know, they've established since day one that he does have that side, right? The wrath of the doctor. And you can see that they are continuing to cover, or, you know, have a take on some hot topics, you know, stuff like pollution and emissions. You can see that's clearly part of the narrative, or, you know, the writing of this episode. And then, of course, you know, episode 1 tackled obesity or obesity rates. And then, of course, in Planet of the Ood, you have slave trade, right? And, you know, the treatment of these people, or, I mean, you know, this race, alien race, the workforce, essentially, you know, their treatment, the harsh treatment. Right then, that's about it for that episode. Again, really enjoyable. I had a fun time, a really fun time with that episode. Quite enjoyable, quite entertaining, right? So yeah, if you enjoyed it, consider dropping a like, consider dropping some comments, give me your thoughts. Always a pleasant experience reading your comments. If you are interested in full length for this, or perhaps even early access to the next episode right now, consider checking out the Patreon page. It's just an option, and I should clarify that the full length is the Blu-ray. So my source for the timer-based full length is the Blu-ray, and it is going to remain the Blu-ray for the rest of the series. And if you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Help the channel grow. Help these get noticed by more Doctor Who fans. And yeah, if you do need the links to social media or the Patreon page, it is in the pinned comment or the description. Right then, that's about it for this one. I'm quite excited for the next one. That was quite the cliffhanger. I mean, that's a cliffhanger done right, for sure, right? It leaves you wanting more at that moment. So quite excited for the next episode. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for your time, as always. So until then, until next time, take it easy.